What's up, guys? We're going to be doing a tutorial on how to do the 25-hour or 250-mile break-in service on the 2024 Polaris Sportsman 570 trail. And this is Aiden's quad, so let's get to it.
Alright, guys, so step one is to clean out the air filter. And
the air box, so
yeah.
Let's just get the seat up.
Alright, so it's off. And now
You can put that on the floor, Aiden. Alright, and there's your air box on the 2024 Sportsman 570 trail. Now, all you have to do is just pop these clips.
Like that.
Yep, just like Aiden's doing. You get that one? There you go. Alright, now let's pull this out.
Oh, she's popping. Alright, we got it.
Alright, there is your air filter, and as you can see, it's pretty dirty. Aiden has, what, 276 miles on it already? So,
I think like 278.
Yep. And it's pretty dusty, so we're just going to vacuum it out and blow out the air filter. Yep. Okay, so I got the DeWalt nut driver with a 6mm, and we're going to take off this hose clamp, which is holding on the air filter. This air filter is not too bad, but it depends on your riding conditions. So we're going to loosen this up enough so we could easily slide it off and slide it back on. We've already turned on our air compressor, so we're ready to blow it out. And just like that, now we're going to reach in here, pull out the air filter. And it's not too dirty, as you can see. And now we're going to blow this out and vacuum it out, get the junk out so it's nice and clean. Okay, now we're going to stuff a rag into the air intake so then no dust or debris gets in there, because that wouldn't be good if it goes into the motor. So I'm going to cover it up nice and good. Make sure it's really stuffed in there, and you're not going to get stuff in there. And then, Aiden, you're going to turn on that vacuum as I blow this thing out.
Alright.
Okay. Suck up that stuff in there. Okay, all set. Now, as you guys can see, we have a nice and clean air box, and you also want to make sure that that drain at the bottom of your air box is clear and it's clean out. Now we could pull this rag away after we have blown out the air filter. So now we're going to do that. Now we're gonna take the rag out. Then that's done, and we blew out the air filter, so we're gonna stick it back on, and it kind of clicks into place in the back. So we got that. Reposition the hose clamp so it's holding it on, and then we're just gonna tighten it right up. Our 6mm driver. And last step to that is just re-put the airbox cover on. Make sure it's all the way on there, Aiden. Alright, now snap those clips back on. There we go. Oh yeah.
Alright.
Alright, all set. Check them all, make sure it's nice and tight, and that's it. Okay, next step is to change the oil and oil filter. We have the Polaris oil change kit here, say 5W50. It says Sportsman right on it. And the oil filter number that we put on is 2520799. And there's also a bigger one, but we have been just putting these smaller ones on since that's what typically comes in the kit. Okay, first step is you want to take a straight pick, clean out where the oil drain plug is, and it's where this 2 double is, kind of. You can see it's opened up. Pretty easy to access. You don't even need to jack up the quad because you want it level when you're doing the oil change. So if there's dirt in there, you want to remove it and move it. Get it out of the way before you do it. And we're just going to clean out that drain plug area. Alright, so before you even do this, you should make sure the ATV is in park and your parking brake is on. Now we have a size 6 Allen head, not driver here. And I'm going to put that all the way in the drain plug. Make sure it's all the way in before you start loosening or tightening, because otherwise you can easily strip the drain plug and that is not good. So push on it, make sure it's all the way in there, real tight, and then you're going to start loosening it just like so. And always before you do your oil change, you should start it up, let the quad run for a minute just to fully cycle through the oil. And now that I've loosened that, I can take my tool off, loosen up the drain plug, slide my oil pan under it, and here we go. Now there's going to be a washer on top of this drain plug, so you want to watch for that.
Do you want me to?
And try not to let it fall, but there we go. And as you guys can see, that oil is pretty clean. Now we're going to take the cap off for the oil off of the top of the motor so all of the oil fully drains. Okay, so after you take the drain plug out, you want to let the oil drain fully before you put the drain plug back in. And usually there is a washer on your drain plug. If you guys could see that, there's supposed to be a washer right here, and typically for me it's always stuck on below your oil pan. So just wait till all that oil drains out. It'll take probably 3 minutes, and after that you could grab your washer, and in the oil kits they typically give you a new one, so you want to put that new washer on the drain plug before putting it back on. Okay, next step is to put the drain plug back on. And you have a brand new washer that your fuel change kit comes with. And there's 2 sides. One is flat, one's round. You want to put the round side facing down on the drain plug, so it's facing down, the round side, and the flat side is facing up. Alright, so we got the washer, and we're just going to hand tighten it here. If I could find the hole.
So you're just putting it back on?
Yep, just tighten it back up by hand. Again, make sure this socket is all the way in so you don't strip it out. Your fingers are going to be oily. So,
yep.
Okay, I'm going to tighten up the drain plug by hand here. Thank you, Aiden, being my cameraman here. Very helpful. Alright, I got that hand tightened. Make sure it's fully in. There we go. Now we got the torque wrench over here, and you have to set it to 12 foot-pounds. So we're going to put our number 6 socket on here, Allen socket. Make sure it's turning right. And we got 12 foot-pounds set for the drain plug. So here we go. tighten this bad boy up. Sound good, Aiden?
Yeah.
Since it's Aiden's quad, he is helping me film. Alright, I got the torque wrench in fully. Now we're going to begin to tighten it. 1 click, 2 clicks, that's it. 12 foot-pounds, all set. Drain plug is back in with the new washer on. And now we just have to put oil in it. And next step will be to take off the old oil filter. Okay, now I got the pliers. These aren't the correct ones. There's a real oil filter wrench that you could buy from Polaris for these quads, but we don't have it, so we're using these pliers. I'm just loosening it up by these right now, and then I'm gonna grab it by hand, just like this, and loosen it right up. I got the drain pan underneath it, so here we go. It's gonna leak some oil, just like that. And there we go. Polaris does make it pretty easy. It's not too hard to access other than this hose being in the way, but with the correct oil filter wrench it would be a lot easier. Okay, we have our brand new Polaris oil filter here, number 2520799, and this is the smaller one, and we're just gonna take a dip on my finger in the oil pan, get some oil on it, and rub it around the outside of the oil filter. That's what you want to do every time you do an oil change. Okay, after I've put oil on the edge of the filter, I'm just going to simply hand tighten, screw the filter back on. Just like so. There we go. Want to make sure that's really tight. You got it on there. I'm going to hand tighten it all the way up. Alright, there we go. Oil filter has been changed. Now it's time to just put the oil in.
Alright, so now we just have to put the oil in.
Yep, you want to remove the oil cap on top of the engine. And we have a nice long funnel here. I'm going to stick it in. Make sure it's sturdy, nice and sturdy and straight up and down so it could stick in there. It's going to stay. You don't want it to fall. That's for sure.
And then we're going to use the Polaris engine oil.
PS4 5W50. It is for the Sportsman 300 to 570, they say on the box. And this comes in your oil change kit. So this takes 2 quarts of oil in this machine, so we're going to dump in 2 quarts of oil. Got it. Alright, so I'm going to poke this and just drain it again. Okay, we're going to dump the rest in here. You could just stick the bottle in like this. Make sure the funnel doesn't fall, and you could leave it there for 2 minutes just so you get all the oil out. But other than that, you should be good. And after this, you could just put the oil cap back on, and that's your oil change. Next up will be the front differential, and then we have the rear transmission to be done. And after that, that is your full 25-hour service. Okay, next step is to change the demand drive fluid in your ATV. So here it is in the front, right here. It's all the way in there, so that's where the fill plug is. You guys can see that. And the drain plug is just right underneath here. So It's very easy, and I'm going to show you guys how to change that. Okay, step 1, clean it out with a straight pick. Same thing we did for the oil drain plug. Just going to clean it out real nice, and then you have your number 8 socket, Allen socket, and that should fit it, I think. Yep, there you go. You want to push it in once again very hard. Make sure it's all the way in there. And then take your wrench and remove the drain plug. Always remember, folks, you want to be quick with this stuff. You don't want to just leave it there for a while because, well, otherwise your oil will drain out onto everything and it's going to create a big mess. Now I'm going to hand loosen it, just like so. Get that oil pan ready underneath so your oil goes right in. And 3, 2, 1, there's the oil. The demand drive fluid is coming out, and there's magnets on the end of that. Make sure you clean that out with a rag. And we'll wait for that to fully drain. Always make sure your machine is level when doing this stuff. Okay, so now we're going to hand tighten the front differential oil drain plug. This thing is super oily, but there we go. And we've already set our torque wrench to 19 foot-pounds. And we're going to put the socket onto our torque wrench here, just like so. Got it set to 19. You guys can see that, hopefully. And now we're going to torque this. There we go. It's all the way in. Tighten her up. One, 2 clicks, all set. Alright, front differential oil has been drained. Now to just fill it back up. Okay, so now we just have to fill it up. And there's our fill plug all the way in there. So we're going to loosen that with a 6-inch extension, same size socket, Allen socket there. And we're just going to loosen that up right now. So I'm going to stick it in, hold the light there. There we go. You guys can see what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to tell, but I've got it all the way in there. And I am going to loosen this baby up. Okay, make sure it's all the way in. And now we're just going to loosen that fill cap up. Alright, there we go. Now you can pull off your wrench and just loosen it by hand and pull it off. Alright, I'm going to pull it out. Be careful when you're pulling it out not to get any dirt on this. So we're going to pull it off of here. And now you can see the fill plug is off. And we are going to wipe it off. And then we have the syringe, which we will be using. And we're just going to try to funnel this in there into our hole. Alright, and once that's in there, it says it takes, I think, 16 ounces. So we just fill it until she starts coming out. And, yeah. You can see the fluid going through into the diff. Now we're just going to use the thing to push the rest in to the front diff. Alright, it's coming out. Yeah, it's it's falling. That's it.
Right in the bottom.
Okay, so I just filled it up, as you guys saw, and basically you want to fill it till the fluid is right at the top of that and starts coming out. That's how you know when it's full. And now we could torque this to 19 foot-pounds just like the drain plug, and then we could move to the tranny. Alright, and I'm using a ball Allen. Kind of get this thing where it needs to go. Okay, now after that's hand tightened, I could take the, again, same Allen size, and use the torque wrench that's set to 19 foot-pounds. Okay, then torque wrench this thing, check it one more time. Do not cross thread these, otherwise you will strip them and that would be horrible. Okay, now I'm going to stick in the make sure it's fully in there. Okay, now Aiden's going to clean out the drain plug for the rear transmission. Getting it, Aiden? Yeah. Alright. Now that that's clean, we're going to use our Allen socket. And alright, Aiden's going to loosen up his drain plug here. I'm going to slide the oil pan, or bin, underneath it. Yep, now once he gets to there, Aiden, you want to take off your socket. Alright, now we going to use same size socket, stick it back in there and loosen it up by hand. It's going to fall out or come out as we unscrew it here. And there is the oil. Alright, now we're going to tighten up the drain plug by hand first. Nice and easy. And then after that, you want to set your torque wrench to 12 foot-pounds for the rear drain plug and also the fill plug for the transmission. Alright, now we're going to use the torque wrench once again. It's already set to 12 pounds. And just tighten her down. One, two clicks, and that's it. Drain plug has been closed. Now, time to put the oil back. Okay, so here is your fill plug. I'm going to take our straight pick and just kind of scratch at it, get all the dirt and debris out. See it coming out there? And then, once you have scraped this out, you want to... Okay, now I got my wrench. No extension needed, I don't think, for this one. So we're gonna simply get the socket fully in there. Really gotta shove it in. There we go. You could feel it move in. It'll kind of click. Okay, now we're going to loosen it. Now remember what I said, same thing goes. You could just, after you're done and it's loose enough, you could use your hand and finish the loosening with your hand. But okay, now we're just gonna loosen up the socket with the fill plug, and out she comes. Now, be careful not to get dirt on that, and now it's time to fill it up with oil. Okay guys, we have the AGL transmission fluid, and we picked this long tube up, kind of funnel thing, at Walmart. It screws perfectly right onto the bottle. Works great for this. And roughly like 10 bucks, pretty cheap, so we're gonna use it, right Aiden?
Yeah.
Alright, so Aiden, sit on the cart, and you could funnel that thing in there.
Oh, I see it.
Alright, I'm gonna guide it. Alright Aiden, I'm gonna unlock the bottle here. Hold on, you gotta make sure the tip is in. Alright, now I'm gonna unscrew this. Alright, we're gonna make sure the funnel's in. Is it in there, Aiden? Yep, looks like it. Alright, now I'm gonna let her flow.
Do I squeeze it now?
Yep, there we go. See it going in?
Yep.
Alright. Now, what we want to do is just wait until that thing starts overflowing, basically. Till fluid starts coming out of the overflow. And we should be good. Alright guys, last step, tighten it up with the torque wrench, set to 12 pounds. 1 click, 2 clicks, and your 25-hour break-in service has been completed. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to Active with Andrew on YouTube, and catch you in the next one.